So I spent every summer from the age of 4 to 16 in a mobile home park, and happily, nothing like this ever happened to me. Strangers Prey at Night, the sequel that took 10 years to make. This time around, we're following a family who go to a mobile home park that is, for the most part, deserted, and then three strangers come up at the middle of the night trying to get their thirst for blood. So, of course, it's the same people, well, same villains as it was in the first movie, coming to continue on with their thirst for blood, knowing that they can do this just because they can do it. So they're doing it once more again. I went into the sequel really not knowing what to expect because it did take 10 years later. Sometimes sequels that take that long, you don't really know what to expect. But for the most part, I thought the sequel really works. And the main thing that really stood out to me personally, the way I like this movie, just, I wouldn't say more, I think I prefer the first one, but one of the things I like better in this movie than I did in the first movie is the characters. I thought the family dynamic of these people worked a lot better than the couple in the first movie. I thought these people, they were just, their chemistry was better. They seemed like more better characters. They seemed smarter. In the first movie, my biggest complaint with those characters was that I found them to be idiots and they were doing stuff without thinking. They were killing themselves in a way of just not really thinking. But the characters in this movie, they are smart people. You see, especially towards the end of the movie, you got the two young kids who I would say are pretty badass, especially the boy in particular who goes toe to toe with the big guy. I think it's pretty badass what the two kids are able to do, and the parents as well. I think they're very much more the sideline characters to the kids, but I still think they are still better than the first two people in the first movie. I think all four of this cast is better than both of the two people in the first movie because these people here, they kind of stop and thought. They were thinking, okay, we need to survive this. How are we going to survive this? Where the first two people were just crying on why is this happening, and they weren't really thinking of how to survive it. So I think that's one of the reasons why I think this one of the better things in this movie is the fact that I just found the characters to be a lot better. But something I found was a lot better in the first movie than it was in this movie is the horror aspect. I found the first movie to be very horrific, very kind of, I was at ease the entire time watching. I didn't know what to expect. But in this movie, and it's not because it's a sequel, I found the whole atmosphere, the whole location was just too big for the story they were trying to tell. I found the first movie, the fact that they were trapped in a house in the middle of nowhere worked really well for this story. But this time they're in a mobile home park which is massive, and there are people going around and they're running around the place, and of course you get one of the tree always just popping up whenever our heroes go somewhere else. So I found the location being so big just kind of toned down the horror a little bit. I think if they were actually trapped in a smaller location, maybe a kind of a strip road that had 7 or 8 mobile homes, I thought that might have been better. I thought the location being as big as it was did not really be able to serve the horror for what I wanted it to be. I thought the location was just far too big to tell such a small story, because in reality this is a very small story, so I think the location was just way too big for what they were trying to tell. The way this story wraps up and the way the story ends, I was kind of surprised because I was going off the first movie. I was expecting it to go a certain way, and the way it wrapped up, I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to wrap up the way it is. The way the movie ends kind of demands and screams, hey, you know what? You do need a sequel for this. I don't know if there's any plans for a sequel. I really hope we do get a sequel because I like this story. I like the way it's very simplistic. I like the way it just takes place in one night. I like as well the fact that they have no motive whatsoever. They are just bad people just for the sake of being bad people. Like if you look here, I've got the Nun. Of course, you know the Nun. You got Red from Us, and you know what their story is. You even got Norman Bates, and you know exactly why he's doing what he's doing. But you don't know why the strangers is doing it. They're only doing it because they can. I think that's a horrifying element, and it's just so grounded, and it could so happen in real life. So I would love to see more stories continuing on, and I kind of want to see other people. I don't want to follow these people once again. I do want to follow different people just doing the same thing as these people did, because maybe they heard it on the news and go, oh my god, it's that easy, we could do that. And I'd love to see loads of different storytelling, just loads of different people doing the exact same things as these strangers have done in the first two movies. But let me know your thoughts on this movie in the comment section down below. Have you seen it? Is it better than the first? I personally don't think it's better than the first. I thought the location of the first movie, I thought it was much more creepier. I just thought the first one worked a lot better for what the story was being told. But you might enjoy the second one. one, let me know why you enjoyed the second one more in the comment section down below. Also, if you want to see more horror content from me within the month of October, click that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a Chucky ranking and much more with it this month. So if you want to see more horror from me in the month of October, click the subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.